All right, everyone, get ready because today's trending tidbits,
Mm-hmm.
uh, they're going to be a little bit different.
A little unexpected.
Yeah, we are going to be looking at military strategy,
Mm-hmm.
but we're applying it to your social life.
Exactly.
I know it sounds a little strange,
Yeah.
but trust me, this is going to be useful
Yes.
and also fascinating.
Absolutely.
So we've got some great source material today.
Yeah.
Of course, we've got The Art of War.
Of course, the classic.
We've got to have Sun Tzu in there.
Yeah.
But we also have some modern military analysis as well.
That's right. We're going to be kind of pulling from different areas
Yeah.
of military strategy.
Exactly. And our mission today
What is it?
is to take all this information
Mm-hmm.
and give you some tactics that you can actually use
Actionable advice you can take
Just-
from the battlefield.
to improve your social life.
That's right. Become a social strategist.
Ooh, I like that. I like that.
Yeah.
Okay, so first up, let's talk about one of the most fundamental principles
Okay.
in the art of war.
Yeah.
And honestly, in life in general,
Okay.
know yourself,
Mm-hmm.
know your enemy.
Sun Tzu said it best.
He did.
If you know the enemy and know yourself,
Mm-hmm.
you need not fear the result of 100 battles.
Now, obviously, we're not talking about literal enemies here.
No.
This isn't like hand-to-hand combat or anything.
No, this is your everyday social life
Right.
we're talking about.
But the principle still applies, right?
Absolutely.
Like understanding your strengths and weaknesses,
Mm-hmm.
your goals, and anxieties even.
Yeah, your anxieties, being self-aware,
Yeah.
knowing what you're good at, knowing what you want to get out of a situation.
It's just as important as being able to read the room,
Yeah.
understand the motivations of the people around you.
Yeah.
So it's like
Almost like reconnaissance.
reconnaissance, yeah.
Yeah, before you even go into a social situation.
Exactly.
You're already kind of
Taking the lay of the land.
gathering intel. Yeah.
Yeah.
I like it.
So let's say you're going to a networking event.
Okay.
That can be super overwhelming.
Oh, yeah. For sure.
So many people, you don't know who to talk to.
Right.
But if you go in knowing what you want,
Mhm.
what you want to get out of it,
Okay.
suddenly you have a clear objective.
Right.
So whether that's meeting potential clients,
Yeah.
finding a mentor,
Mm-hmm.
or just expanding your professional circle,
Yeah.
you have a goal in mind.
And that focus
Yes.
can make all the difference
It can.
in who you approach and how you approach them.
You wouldn't launch a military campaign
Right.
without a strategy.
Exactly.
It's the same.
Same with social situations.
With social situations.
Yeah.
So even just taking a couple minutes
Okay.
to observe the room,
Mhm.
see who seems approachable,
Okay.
who's holding court, who needs a friendly face,
I love that.
it can give you a tactical advantage.
Social reconnaissance.
Special recon.
I like it.
Yeah. Okay, so I've done my recon.
Okay.
I've got my objective.
Mm-hmm.
But what about those situations
Yeah.
where conflict seems unavoidable?
Okay.
I mean, not every social interaction is going to be,
Right.
a walk in the park.
No.
Right.
Not at all.
So how do we deal with that?
Well, that's where our military analysis documents come in.
Okay.
They stress the importance
Yeah.
of considering political realities
Okay.
and resource constraints.
What does that mean, like in a social setting?
It means sometimes you don't have to engage in every battle.
Mm.
Sometimes choosing to disengage or redirect your energy.
So like a strategic retreat.
Just strategic retreat.
Okay.
Yeah, like you realize you're outnumbered, outgunned.
Mm-hmm.
Better to live to fight another day.
Exactly.
We only have so much social energy, right?
Yeah, that's true.
Do you really want to waste it arguing with someone who's
Right.
determined to be negative?
Yeah.
Or trying to win over someone who's clearly not receptive to your ideas?
That makes me think about that person in my office
Oh, yeah?
who's constantly complaining.
Oh, the office complainer.
It's like a black hole of negativity.
Oh, yeah, you got to avoid those.
I always feel drained
Yes.
after talking to them.
That's when you need that strategic retreat.
Okay.
You can just politely excuse yourself
Right.
or steer the conversation towards something more neutral.
So it's not about being passive
No.
or avoiding confrontation altogether.
No, it's about being strategic.
Okay.
Choosing your battles wisely.
Choosing your battles wisely.
Yes, being intentional
I like it.
with your interactions.
Yeah.
You only have so much energy, you got to use it wisely.
I like it.
Yes.
Okay, so we've talked about
Mm-hmm.
knowing ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
knowing our,
Ourselves and the situation.
yes, and the situation,
Yeah.
and choosing our battles wisely.
Yes. Very strategic.
Very strategic indeed.
All right, so what's next?
Let's
Where are we going next?
let's take a quick break, and we'll be right back.
And speaking of being strategic, let's move on to another military tactic that can be surprisingly effective in social situations, the element of surprise.
Ooh, I like where
Yeah.
this is going.
Yeah.
So are we talking about surprising people in a good way?
In a good way, yes.
Not like jumping out from behind a bush and yelling, boo.
Right, although a well-timed boo can be effective in certain situations.
Noted.
But yeah, we're talking about using surprise in a way that benefits you socially.
Okay, so how do we do that?
Well, Sun Tzu talks about this in The Art of War.
Okay.
He talks about the importance of deception and unpredictability.
Mm-hmm.
And he gives this really interesting example of a general named Han Xin,
Right.
who intentionally placed his army in what seemed to be a very vulnerable position.
So he made his army look weak.
He did. It was a calculated risk.
That sounds risky.
It was, but it paid off.
Okay.
You see, Han Xin knew that his opponent would see this as an opportunity for an easy victory.
Mm-hmm.
And so they charged in, overconfident and unprepared, and they walked right into his trap.
So he used their expectations against them.
Exactly.
Wow, that's clever.
It is very clever.
But how do we apply that to, say, a work setting?
Okay, so you're not going to pretend to be incompetent to get ahead,
Right.
but you can still use the element of surprise to your advantage. Let's
Yeah.
say you're pitching an idea to your team.
Mm-hmm.
Everyone seems really skeptical.
Good.
Instead of a typical presentation,
Yep.
what if you surprise them with a totally different approach?
Like what? Should I dress up as a superhero?
Maybe not that drastic,
Okay.
but you could try something interactive,
Okay.
like a brainstorming session where everyone contributes ideas.
I like that.
Or you could tell a compelling story
Mm-hmm.
that really illustrates the benefits of your idea in a way that resonates with them emotionally.
It's about disrupting their expectations.
Yes.
Making them see things in a new light.
Exactly. And remember, surprise doesn't have to be big and flashy.
Okay.
Sometimes it's the small, unexpected gestures that really make the biggest impact.
Like what?
Like sending a handwritten thank you note
Okay.
instead of an email, or offering to help a colleague with a project, even if it's not your responsibility.
Those little acts of thoughtfulness can really make you stand out.
They do.
It's like you're saying, hey, I'm not just going through the motions.
Yeah.
I'm actually paying attention.
Exactly.
I like it.
And that brings us to another tactic that's often misunderstood,
Okay.
the power of deception.
Oh, okay.
Now, before you get any ideas,
Yeah.
I'm not suggesting you start lying or manipulating people.
Okay, good.
We're not going there.
Yeah, no cloak and dagger stuff for me.
Okay, good.
But I mean, like Sun Tzu talks a lot about spies in the art of war,
He does.
specifically converted spies,
Yes.
enemies who've been turned to your side.
Mm-hmm.
He saw them as invaluable sources of information.
Absolutely.
Okay, so how does that translate to the social world? We're talking about gossiping,
No, not necessarily.
trying to get dirt on people.
It's more about recognizing that people often present a very carefully crafted persona, especially in professional or social settings.
So like we're all wearing social masks to some extent.
Yes, exactly.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, we're all playing different roles,
Mm-hmm.
depending on who we're with.
Yeah, for sure.
And just like a good general can see through enemy camouflage,
Mm.
you can learn to read between the lines
Okay.
and kind of decipher what people's real intentions are.
So it's not about being cynical or suspicious.
Yeah,
It's about developing social intelligence.
exactly. It's about being aware.
Yeah, okay.
So how do we get better at reading people? Are there any telltale signs?
Yeah, are there any like red flags?
Well, one thing to watch out for is excessive flattery.
Okay, yeah,
If someone's laying it on really thick,
right.
it's worth asking yourself, is this genuine or are they trying to manipulate me?
I've definitely fallen for that before.
Oh, we all have.
It's like, you want to believe those nice things,
Of course.
even if it seems a little over the top.
It's natural.
But actions speak louder than words, right?
They do.
Pay attention to how people treat others,
Yes,
not just how they treat you.
very important.
Okay, that's great advice.
So yeah, step back, observe behavior. Over time, that can reveal a lot more than words.
So much more.
Absolutely.
I like it.
And that brings us to another really important principle
Okay,
that's essential for both military and social success.
all right.
Adapt and overcome.
Sounds like a good motto for life.
It is a good motto for life.
So in war, the battlefield's always changing, right?
Life is changing.
A good general has to be able to assess the situation, adapt their strategy, overcome unexpected challenges.
And social situations are rarely predictable.
Right.
Let's say you're at a dinner party.
Okay.
The conversation takes a turn you weren't expecting.
Yeah.
Maybe they start discussing a topic you know nothing about.
Oh, I hate when that happens.
We've all been there.
I just sit there awkwardly hoping no one will notice.
That I'm completely lost.
But instead of feeling intimidated,
Yeah.
what if you saw this as an opportunity?
Okay, how would I do that?
You could ask thoughtful questions,
Okay.
show genuine interest in learning from others, even use your unique experience to contribute to the conversation.
So instead of feeling like an outsider,
Yeah.
I can turn it into a chance to connect with people
Yes.
and expand my knowledge.
You got it.
I like that.
Turn a potential weakness into a strength
Yeah.
by demonstrating your curiosity and willingness to learn.
And that's a quality people admire,
It is.
regardless of the setting.
Absolutely.
So it's not about pretending to be someone you're not.
No.
It's about embracing those moments of uncertainty and using them to your advantage.
You got it.
All right, so we've talked about knowing ourselves,
Mm-hmm.
choosing our battles,
Mm-hmm.
using surprise, being adaptable.
Mm-hmm.
What else can we learn from military strategy?
Well, just like in war,
Yeah.
alliances can be incredibly powerful.
Okay, yeah.
In The Art of War, Sun Tzu emphasizes this. The importance of building a strong network of allies
Okay.
who share your goals and values.
So we're not just talking about making friends here.
No.
We're talking about forming strategic partnerships.
Strategic partnerships, exactly.
I like it.
So think about the people in your life
Mm-hmm.
who can help you achieve your goals,
Okay.
professionally, personally,
Yeah.
and how can you leverage those relationships
Okay.
to create those win-win situations.
So it's about being intentional
Intentional.
about who you connect with
Mm-hmm.
and how you nurture those relationships.
It is.
Okay, I like it.
And just like in a military alliance,
Yeah.
trust is paramount.
Oh, for sure.
Choose your allies carefully
Mm-hmm.
and be someone that others can rely on in return.
That's great advice.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we've covered a lot of ground here from, knowing ourselves and choosing our battles to the power of surprise and building strong alliances.
That's been quite a journey.
It has. It has. But something tells me there's even more to this whole social strategy thing.
Oh, there's always more to learn.
What else can we glean from the military playbook?
Well, in any military campaign, one of the most crucial factors is maintaining morale, both for yourself and for those around you.
Okay, so we're not just talking about showing up to a party with a good attitude.
Right, it goes deeper than that.
Okay.
A demoralized army is a defeated army,
Mm-hmm.
even before they get onto the battlefield.
That's a good point.
And the same goes for your social life.
So-
If you're constantly feeling drained or insecure or negative, it's going to affect how you interact with others.
So it's about cultivating that inner strength and resilience.
Exactly. Just like a good commander takes care of their troops' well-being,
Okay.
you need to prioritize your own mental and emotional health.
Oh.
That means making sure you're getting enough sleep, eating well,
Mhm.
engaging in activities that bring you joy and recharge your batteries.
It's like making sure you have enough supplies and reinforcements
Exactly.
before heading into battle.
And just as importantly,
Okay.
you need to be aware of your inner critic.
Oh, tell me about it.
That voice that tells you you're not good enough,
Yes.
or smart enough, or funny enough.
Oh, yeah, that voice is loud sometimes.
It can be so loud.
Yeah.
And that negativity can really sabotage your social interactions.
Yeah, for sure.
So instead of letting that inner critic run the show,
Okay.
try to replace those negative thoughts with positive affirmations.
Okay.
Focus on your strengths. Celebrate your accomplishments.
Mhm.
Remind yourself that you are worthy of connection and belonging.
It's like giving yourself a pep talk
Exactly.
before heading into a big social event.
And remember, just like in a military unit, camaraderie and shared purpose can be incredibly powerful.
Yeah, I like that.
Surround yourself with people who uplift and inspire you.
Yeah.
People who make you laugh, who celebrate your successes.
And be that person for others too, right?
Absolutely. Lift each other up and create that sense of community.
I like it.
And that brings us to our final and perhaps most important takeaway from our Trending Tidbits journey into military strategy for social success.
Okay, hit me with it.
Just like in war, there are no guaranteed victories.
So we're not going to win every social interaction,
No, not everyone.
no matter how much we strategize and prepare.
Exactly. Social situations are complex.
Mm-hmm.
They're unpredictable and constantly evolving.
Yeah, that's true.
But by applying the principles we've discussed today,
Right.
knowing yourself, choosing your battles wisely, using the element of surprise, forming strategic alliances, managing your resources, gathering intelligence, mastering persuasion, and maintaining your morale, you'll be far better equipped to navigate the social battlefield.
Wow, that's a lot.
It is a lot, but it's all about being intentional with
Okay.
your interactions.
I like it.
So you can navigate the social battlefield with confidence, grace, and a touch of tactical brilliance.
This has been such an eye-opening conversation. I feel like I have a whole new arsenal of tools to help me navigate the social landscape.
That's great to hear.
It is. It is.
And remember, the most important thing is to have fun, be yourself,
Yeah.
and enjoy the adventure of human connection.
So to all our listeners out there, go forth and conquer, metaphorically speaking, of course, with your newfound social strategy prowess.
Until next time, stay curious, stay strategic, and keep those trending tidbits coming.